Welcome to the channel, everybody. So this bag right here, this is actually my engine that I got back from the machine shop, and I started building it, and we ran into a big issue with it. Pretty much it's gonna have to go back to the machine shop, but we made some cool progress on it, and the engine looks awesome. Here's the story of what happened. We're pretty much here at the machine shop. I am super excited to pick up this engine. Right now we're picking up the block and then the pistons that I left with him for measurements and stuff. All right, everybody, so when I get back to my house, I'm gonna show you guys everything that we just picked up. Everything is finished, everything's ready, everything's picked up. And so we are done with all the machine shop process, which is a huge process in building an engine. And we ran into some things here and there, like for example, one of the sleeves of the cylinders had to be completely replaced. That added time to everything. And yeah, so we dropped off the engine as the block, and it was in terrible, terrible condition. If you guys remember, it was really bad. And so to see what it is now is like actually kind of shocking, but I'll show you guys some before and after pretty soon. We got the crankshaft back also. He was able to fully restore the crankshaft. I do not have to buy a new one, and the old one was it looked to me too far gone, but I don't really know what I'm talking about with all that kind of stuff. But so yeah, he fully restored the crankshaft, so we're gonna be able to use that. So we got the block, the pistons back, and the crankshaft, and then everything we have at home. So we're getting close. We only have a few little things to order. Some of the stuff is on back order, and Jeg's Performance hasn't gotten back with me on something that was supposed to ship 3 days ago, but didn't. So I'm not sure, that's the rods I'm referring to. Not sure what to do about that yet. We're gonna figure that out. We should be able to get some stuff done today. I'm just gonna make, I don't know how many videos I'm gonna make on building the engine. I'm just gonna make as many as it takes to actually get it done. I'm not trying to rush this at all. It would be very silly of me to rush this and do it all in like one video in one day. So you may see like 10 videos, just me building the engine. You may see 3, I don't know, we'll see. I'm super excited to get this going, and also the fact that all these parts came out so great, and they also painted the engine block, and I didn't even pay for that. I told them, I was like, oh, I'll paint it, whatever. And they went on ahead and did it, so that's awesome. Okay, let's get this to the garage. And yeah, it's not hung up completely straight, but the chain's only so long, so I did my best. Always do work with really heavy equipment like this in flip-flops. That's really smart. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this in a trash bag so then it doesn't rust overnight. I'm gonna put it up there in the corner of the garage, and yes, the garage is a crazy mess. It's just because of suspension on the car, and I had to go out of town really quick, and so it's a whole big thing. So welcome to the next day. It is time to go on ahead and start actually building the engine. We're not gonna get anywhere near completing this today, so you're gonna have to subscribe so you guys can see this thing fully finished, so then you can see the other videos. So what the machine shop did is they pretty much restored the engine, they cleaned it up, and they bored it for bigger pistons. So these pistons are 0.75 millimeters bigger than stock, which means they're 30 over bore. The bore is like the size of the cylinder. They bored it out, they replaced one of the cylinder sleeves because it was just so damaged. They cleaned everything up, got all the rust off and all that, and they installed the cam bearing. And yep, the hole is perfectly lined up on it, so that's good. And there's multiple cam bearings in there. So what we are going to do today is to start the process on the engine build. So we have the cam right here. This is a stage 3 BTR cam. This engine was from a truck, so it's made to be in a truck engine. This cam will give it a lot more power and also make it run like a car. This is a performance cam, and it's a lot better. So this is stage 3. I didn't go with stage 4. I figured stage 4 would be a little too much for this car build, and so I figured stage 3 is still aggressive and good for drivability. Then we have, this is the plate for the cam. That's the little gasket that the oil channel runs into. I'll show you guys where that goes later. We have some assembly lube. That's going to be a big part of this whole thing. Everything needs to be lubed pretty much. And the timing chain. We're actually not going to install the full timing chain. What we're going to do is we're only going to install this gear of the timing chain just so we can keep the cam in place when we install everything else. Next thing up is the main bearings. These are the engine bearings. I'll show you a lot more about these, but these need to be installed into the engine so then we can install the crankshaft. So today we are only installing the cam, the timing chain gear, the little cover piece for the cam, bearings, and crankshaft. And then after that we will have much more to go on doing the engine, like the rods, the pistons, a ton of other stuff. The reason we're not doing any more than what we're doing today is because things are on back order and I don't have everything that I need. But we will definitely get to it. That's the problem about building cars, is you're always waiting for parts. Like right now, I'm waiting for suspension parts. Those are some old suspension parts that we're gonna restore and stuff and put on there. But I'm waiting for hubs right now. So I have a diff that we're gonna restore and put in here, suspension arms that we're gonna restore, but I don't have the wheel bearing hubs and the 5-lug conversion that I need. So we're waiting on that, but that's back ordered. The rods are back ordered and stuff is I'm still waiting for other things. And then on the Titan XD, we have, this is the EGR system. We're fabbing up our own EGR delete kit for it because they really don't make them. They make one and it's bad quality and way, way, way too expensive. So we're gonna make our own. I've been working with a machine shop. Took a few weeks to kind of figure out what design we wanted to do and this and that and how we wanted to do it. And then you guys will see this video coming out where we take the EGR out and then we take the stuff to the machine shop, have a new EGR delete kit made up from all this stuff. This is the templates we use and all that. So I haven't driven my truck, and that's not my truck, that's my dad's, but I haven't driven my truck in over 2 weeks now because I tore it down and then I was out of town and I'm waiting for the parts and all that. So I really, really miss driving that thing and I'm super excited to actually put together the new parts. Also mentioning that I was out of town, I'm sorry guys that it took me so long to upload back up again. I'm trying to do every 3 days uploads, but I was out of town and then everything, there's 3 big projects going on right now and they're all either on back order stuff or just taking a long time. So I apologize, but we're back on the 3-day schedule. We have videos filmed and ready to go right after this one. So see you in 3 days. But let's go ahead and get to assembling this. We're gonna start with the cam because if you start with the crankshaft, it's a little bit more difficult to get the cam in. First thing, install the cam. We have to lubricate everything up. So the cam bearings, that's these little circular things inside the, well, circle. They installed all of them for me. And the reason is because apparently that's extremely difficult to get these things in, get them lined up, and they wanted 90 bucks to do it, so we did it. So what we're gonna do first is take our finger and clean those up. There's some dirt in there, yeah, so we're gonna clean those up with some rags, then we're gonna take our finger, completely lube them up, and then we are going to lube up the camshaft a lot. And then we're gonna slide the camshaft in, put this plate on, then put the timing gear on, and then we can move to the crankshaft, which again is gonna be a lot of cleaning and lubricating and a lot of little steps. But then we'll be done for today because I don't have any more parts. Best angle, but it's kind of the best I can do right now given the circumstances. So putting this cam in is a pretty crucial moment too, because if it doesn't spin adequately, then the whole engine needs to go back to the machine shop. So there's kind of a lot riding on the fact that this needs to go well. But I'm trying to be very delicate right now and not mess up the cam. And it has cleared almost every bearing with no issue, so I'm going to start getting excited and hopeful. And I shouldn't have said that. Oh no. Oh, we may have to go back to the machine shop with it. So guys, the camshaft made it through every single bearing except this last one. So what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to be so loose in here right now at this point to where I can move it with my finger and see it's not going anywhere. I actually cannot move it at all. So that means that the last bearing is not in correctly. Now, this is not a problem, and I just like how I just did that on accident. Hello. This is not really a problem. Here's the thing. So the machine shop told me, they're like, hey, this may happen. If it happens, we're gonna have to bring it back and take care of it and fix the bearing that we need. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the camshaft right where it is, and pretty soon I'll load up the engine. I'm gonna just keep it in the garage for now until I figure out when I'm taking it to the machine shop. It's definitely not gonna be today, it's a little too late in the day. But also the machinist is in Puerto Rico right now. So what we're gonna need to do is have them redo just the last bearing, which is not that big of a deal. It's really, really difficult to get these measurements right whenever a machine shop is doing engines, because it's down to the thousandth of an inch. So I'm not mad at them at all. I mean, they literally told me the first step I need to do is get the cam in, so then I can figure out if the cam bearings are in correctly. And most of them were. So I'm not mad about this at all. It's just one of those things. We're gonna have to bring the engine back to the machine shop, which means we're not gonna be installing anything else in this video. We're done installing for the day because of the roadblock we just hit on here. So like I said, I'm gonna leave the cam in, I'm gonna wrap up the engine, and then leave it in here until I take it to the machine shop. So the next video, you'll see me taking it to the machine shop, getting it back, and then installing the rest of this stuff. I'm sorry to leave the video here because, you know, I promised that we were gonna do more in this video than we did, but here's the thing. I feel like a lot of YouTubers don't show the reality of building cars. And this situation is the reality of building cars. Whenever you're doing cars to this level, things happen. And this month, a lot of things have happened. One, like, there was actually one of the sleeves for the cylinders had to be replaced because it had damage, and that pushed everything back on that. The hubs, like I said, are on back order for the car. The rods are on back order for this. My truck's been down for 2 weeks because the custom EGR thing we're working on. The go-kart engines, you guys don't even know that we have go-kart engine yet, so there's mine. We can't actually get them running exactly. We've tried every little thing. Mine's pretty much running. Josh's is just completely shot. It's hilarious. You guys will see the video soon. So every little thing has been going wrong lately, but I don't care. It's fun. I'd rather have things go wrong that I love than not do what I love, so I'm happy with it. But yeah, so like I said, this cam is not going to work, but I'm going to leave it seated in there so it doesn't move around. And yeah, so let's go in and wrap up the engine. And with wrapping up the engine, that'll be wrapping up the video. The reason I'm wrapping up the engine is because you don't want to get any rust or particulates inside the engine. The engine's insides are extremely delicate as comparison to the outside. Also, guys, you may have noticed in this video that there was a new intro. So comment below, guys, tell me what you think about the new intro, if you like the old one more or this new one more. I would very much like to hear y'all's opinion on that because, you know, it's definitely different. Maybe some of y'all didn't even notice it was different, but who knows? Let me know. Engine's all wrapped up, which means the video is wrapped up. Again, guys, I'm sorry that I said that we were going to do all this stuff in the video, and we ended up not doing it, but that's the reality of the car world. Things go wrong. It's okay. I wouldn't even say it's going wrong. This was something that we planned for if it didn't work or not, so it's not that big of a deal. Like I've hinted to and addressed in the video, guys, we have a lot going on with this car. We have the suspension build going on right now. That video will be coming out soon. We have a ton of wiring and stuff we need to do with the car, engine stuff to prep it to get the engine in, and then we have the EGR thing on the Titan going on and the whole Titan build. We do a lot of cool stuff with this truck, so if you guys are into diesel trucks at all or just want to see some more automotive content, subscribe so you don't miss that. So the car, the truck, and then also this engine build. And as you guys can see, this engine build is a big process, so go and subscribe so you guys don't miss that. Oh, and the go-karts. You can't forget the go-karts. We're still going forward on the go-karts. We got a video filmed about the engines, and pretty soon we're going to be ordering the axles and steering and all that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So like I said, guys, I don't want to ramble anymore. Go and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. And with that being said, thanks for watching. I'm out.